Before the video starts, give a like and subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell and you won't miss any new videos. In a dark fantasy world, seeing demonic demons, horrifying creatures, betrayal of friendship, losing your lover, make your own free will, and sacrifice in order to achieve a glorious dream. Hey there everyone, sorry to be mean and, to scare you all, but just want to give you a little preview of this video. And of course, you saw the title, and it's another anniversary video for this particular incredible, I would say, influential series, I would say. In the fandom, this story has been iconic, and this has been 25 years since this anime series came out in October of 1997. Let's dive into this masterpiece become a cult phenomenon named Berserk. The creator of Berserk, Kentaro Miura, was born in Chiba, Japan, July 11th, 1966. As a kid, he always wanted to create manga and also create his own stories. But at least, as he's a kid, he made his own series, but made into 40 volumes. But when he was in middle school in 79, his drawing techniques improved greatly as he started using professional drawing techniques. Improved greatly and also improving himself as he's starting using his own drawing techniques. But when he was in high school, Kentaro was getting better and better with his drawings. In his head, he has a mind of mysterious characters that decades later would be Guts and Puck, as a dark swordsman and a fairy. But at the age of 18, briefly worked as an assistant for Joji Morikawa, is known as a boxing manga series named Hajime no Ippo, in English as Fighting Spirit. But he quickly acknowledged of Kentaro's work. He knows what he will do for the future, saying that was nothing he could teach that Miura did not already know. In 1988 is the start, as I'll say is the demo and a basic for Berserk, called Berserk the Prototype. It's not a part of the official canon. It's the original version of the Black Swordsman arc, but the final version we gotten seems very different from the prototype version, but at least it made a shot. Well, it gave a little taste for the future manga readers and inspiration for future creators, and they would never expect what the phenomena would be. But a year later, on October 1st, 1989, on Animal House magazine, this legendary soldier is born as a black swordsman, and that is the start of Berserk. So here's are the arcs and chapters and years apart of when they released from Japan. So the first arc is the Black Swordsman arc, chapters 1 through 8. It came out from October 1989 to May of 1991. The Golden Age arc, one of the most famous arcs in manga and anime history. Chapters 9 to 94 from August 1991 to December of 1996. Now moving to the next arc, that will be the Conviction arc. It goes from chapters 95 to 176. And the manga releases those chapters from February of 1997 to February of 2001. Then to the next arc, that will be Falcon of the Millennium Empire arc, between chapters 177 to chapter 307. And it came out in April of 2001 and ended in September of 2009. Then the current arc that we are now of Berserk, and that would be the Fantasia arc, from chapter 308 to the present day. But for the release after the last arc to October of 2009 to now. The idea to make an anime series due to the popularity of the Golden Age arc, so they're like, you know what, let's adapt it. In early 1997, OLM the same studio who are producing and still making Pokemon to this day, as cutting down a lot of content was toned down due to the fact it was going to air on TV, and they don't want to show any explicit scenes to the viewers, making it into a 25-episode run. It would broadcast from October 1997 to April 1998. After that, it became a series been well received by critics and the fandom because the way they told it of the storytelling, the characters, the setting, and the music with an overwhelming so much respect. It's the most beloved anime series of all time. Rumors spread around in late 1998 to the 21st century like, what happened? What happened to Berserk? What happened to the second season for the 90s series? Of why it didn't happen? Well, here's a few reasons. First reason is not much material to animate at the time. The second reason is it wouldn't be the staff. Well, I would say the staff doesn't care about it and can't even bother to continue. That's what it is. That is my own theory about it. But the fans thought this would be the end for the anime. But nope, more rumors were spread around about a reboot. But until this brand new project was announced for Berserk on September of 2010. But back then, it was originally going to be a promotion for volume 35 of the manga. However, it turns out it became true that they were going to adapt the Golden Age arc movies. But how are they going to do it? How are they going to adapt it? Well, they're going to make into 3 theatrical movies. But it will be animated by Studio 4OC. But you know how it turns out. It became a successful trilogy. And the studio who produced the movies were like, they were interested to adapt the Conviction arc, part 1, as The Lost Children. But they were hoping and praying they want to adapt it, but it didn't turn out that they wanted. After the Golden Age arc movies, people were hungry for more. We heard nothing about what happened for the anime. What if Studio 04 are continuing working on Berserk? It would take another level of animation and fully detailed adaptation like it was in the manga. But it turns out, nope, Studio 04 are no longer working on Berserk. Until it was announced in December of 2015 that a new anime project is in the works for Berserk. People thought, well, it was going to be into movies. But this brand new project will be into a television series, a 2016 Berserk series. It was premiered July 1st in that year, and it was going to be simulcast on Crunchyroll, and they wanted to make into a CGI series, and it turns out, well, here is the result. What was the idea for this? Whose idea to come up to do this? They wanted to make the animation style as a hybrid between 2D and 3D for this series. They're trying to do something new. I am done talking about the 2016 series of the established perfection English dub we had, but how did they do it? Well, it starts off like this. It has to be the license for distribution, translating it to English, recording in the studio into dubbing and English dialogue. Originally, Urban Vision were negotiating to license Berserk for an English release. However, it was a requirement of the domestic right for the series is that the Japanese rights owners would not give the DVD rights in time, but there was another company were bargaining who were interested to license Berserk until it would be licensed by Media Blasters. The English dub is produced by NYV Post. Of course, they have been dubbing a lot of anime shows and movies at New York, and recording it around 2002 to 2003. The show came out releasing for the English release on DVD and VHS. Let me say this, their cast is amazing, as always, but I would say this, most of them were new to voiceover, so they were new to the game of how voiceover works. But until years later, because in 2012, when Golden Age arc movies were ready to release, it was announced that Viz Media held the license for the Golden Age movies, for the trilogy. That was exciting for the fans. Now, who would be dubbing it? Well, NYV Post are going to dub it, and that means they are going to get the original cast to reprise their roles for this movie. And a few new cast members are joining only for the movie. So movie 1 released on November of 2012, movie 2 released August 2013, and movie 3 released April of 2014 internationally. Between the release of the Golden Age arc movies to one of the worst continuation for Berserk. But to be honest, I do love the 2016 cast. But they tried their best to make an incredible show as it is for like Berserk. But kind of meh. It was distributed by Funimation, but no involvement from NYV Post, not only the staff, but the cast themselves. It was going to be dubbed by Bang Zoom Entertainment, but rumors were that Guts, Griffith, and Casca's original voice actors were going to come back to reprise their roles, but due to the complication of traveling because they live in New York, and another thing is their schedule, because some of them are independent voice actors, and not only that, they are directors, adapting script writers, and translators. But what is the legacy for Berserk? Kentaro Miura made one of the best-selling manga of all time. It's beyond medium. He actually impacted from games, movies, anime, etc., and got inspired for future authors and been influenced by Berserk. On May 2021, Kentaro Miura passed away at the age of 54. So young. So young. People all over the world heard about his passing from fans, the Japanese cast, and also the English cast themselves. Thank you, Kentaro-sensei. You made one of the greatest, amazing series of all time, and we all love you and miss you. Us fans, we will continue supporting the franchise, and let's continue or let end the story right. But yet again, thank you very much, Kentaro-sensei. We'll miss you. Goodbye.